I'm going to present a general planning strategy for organizing and scheduling several aspects of the master's thesis or dissertation project. Before I share the specific tips for scheduling your thesis or dissertation work, it is important for you to consider several factors when you decide the amount of time to schedule for your master's degree and thesis or doctorate degree and dissertation. A few factors that will determine your time frame are the methodology chosen, response time of your chair, professional and personal commitments, your work habits, writing ability, and experience with the research process. In general, most students find that 12 to 16 months is sufficient for completing research, writing, and defending a thesis or dissertation. Begin the organizing and scheduling process by creating a chart that includes several categories. In the first row of your chart, write these categories: administration, literature review, writing, and research. Under the administration category, note the important administrative requirements and actions, such as submitting the master's thesis project approval form, authorship form, or the copyright ownership form. Those are just a few of the forms you'll have to submit. Several more can be found on the website for the Office of Research and Graduate Studies. For the literature review category, consider the literature retrieval and writing you will complete for the proposal and thesis or dissertation. For the proposal, you'll have a rudimentary literature review. But for your thesis or dissertation, you're going to flesh out more of the content, include more articles, and elaborate on your theoretical framework or conceptual framework. So you'll see changes made between the two documents. For the writing category, enter all the dates for when you'll identify your research topic and research problem, objectives, your chapter 1 draft, chapter 2 draft, chapter 3 draft, your instrument development, the submitting the manuscript to your chair and your committee for review, your thesis proposal defense, your IRB submission, your writing of your chapters 4 and 5, and finally your thesis defense. For the research category, note the steps for how you will collect your data and analyze your data. Now, to help set dates for these categories, it makes sense to do backward planning, setting your final target first. So your committee must have 2 weeks to read your thesis before your defense. So it's important to check your university deadlines and your calendars of your chair and your committee to know your thesis defense date, then tentatively plan from there. Your entries you make depend on the university's policies, your own preferences, and the amount of detail you include in the planning chart. Just remember to block out any key meetings, deadlines, and forms to be filled out with your committee in graduate school. After you've created your planning chart, ask yourself a few questions. Have you entered all of the important university deadlines? Have you allowed ample time for the chair to read your thesis proposal chapters? Have you allowed your ample time to make corrections to those chapters? Have you allowed ample time for the chair and committee members to read your thesis proposal before your thesis proposal defense? Have you provided for slippage and delays in the process? Have I planned realistically, allowing myself some breaks? Have I planned for the university IRB review process? Have I taken into account any special demands of my employer that will affect my schedule? Share the planning chart with your committee chair, who can give you helpful input based on his or her experience and working with other students and committee members. Some faculty will have you include the chart at the end of chapter 3 of your thesis proposal. Others will have you create the chart for your personal use, but leave it out of the thesis proposal. Ask your committee chair what is preferred. If you have any questions or comments about this planning and scheduling process, email me through Canvas inbox. Thank you.